Well, guys, what a nice Yamaha speaker setup. Let's go through it. So here we have a super good natural sound Yamaha RX 1500. You can Google it. It's a nice mid-range receiver. It's got lots of power, 500 watts. The remote, nice Yamaha multi-speaker setup. It is part of the NSAP 6500 series, and you can Google those. They're available separately online, but they're in this setup, which includes a center channel, 2 satellites, and 2 bookshelves. And of course we have some nice Yamaha NX, what are these? NX S70s, which are nice, two-way speakers, but they are nice isolation stands. And this is a very solid setup. You got a room that you want to fill with some sound and do it on a budget and do it with Yamaha quality. This is where it's at. The Paradigm subwoofer as well is powered. I'll put the specs for that in the ad. And all told, it's a pretty solid setup. As I said, this receiver is a 7.1, so you'll be able to do all the soundation you want to do. And yeah, now I'm going to put all the listings in the ad, so if you want to research this stuff online, as I said, this Yamaha speaker setup normally is about just these black ones. I think they're about $350, $400 online. That receiver, the receiver is a few years old. It's about 5 years old. I don't think you can get it anymore, but when it was new, it was very dear. And so, all told, this setup together will be a very reasonable way for you to get into some, cool audio without spending a lot of money. And here we go, guys. Nice pair of Yamaha NX S70s. And they're on nice isolation stands, nice concrete bases, independent metal rails, screw into the bottom. They're not screwed right now, but you can screw them. And provide that isolation you need for the ultimate tunage. Again, there's the NX70 moniker, and they're good speakers. Nice 2-ways. Take a look inside here real quick. Nice suspension system, no drying out, cracking, or issues. Yeah, nice. Hey, let's face it. Yamaha could, I don't know, make dinky cars, and they'd be the best of the best. There's some companies just do it right, and Yamaha is every bit an example of that. You take some photos, part of the bigger setup, and these are available. And isn't it nice having these nice isolation stands? Hard to find, better to own. Well, guys, up close and personal with the RX B1500. It's a great unit, very robust. Like if you pick this thing up, it's got to weigh, I don't know, 35, 40 pounds. Pretty substantial, that's for sure. Discrete control in the front, and you have to push that to get to them, and hang on, I'll do that. Oh, there it is. Discrete controls in the front, and of course, I have the remote. 500 watts is what it's listed on the back. You can go online and type in and look for the specs. The setup though in the back is ridiculous. What I mean by that is that if you look back here, it is a 7.1 unit, so there's multiple outputs and multiple inputs, and I think it'll pretty much pacify you pretty good. The only thing it doesn't have is HDMI, but really, why wouldn't you just run the HDMI directly from your source to your TV? Most TVs have multiple HDMI inputs. So I don't even really see the need these days. And the fact of the matter is, the more times you interface HDMI, you get signal loss. So why would you like that? Know what I mean? Anyway, it's a good looking unit, guys. Anyway, it's part of the bigger setup, so we'll wrap it up. Well, guys, super nice Paradigm subwoofer. Let's go through it. So I've got this on offer with a bunch of other equipment. You can either buy it alone or with the other gear. But it's a great unit. Just came out of the estate, very well heeled. Money's no object. And let's face it, Paradigm stuff is not reasonable. Well, let me rephrase that. You get what you pay for. And you pay a lot for Paradigm because you get a lot. Nice form factor with this unit. We'll just flip around to the back. It is the Paradigm PDR series subwoofer. You can adjust your frequency and your levels on the back. You may be able to do that on your receiver as well, but this is a nice extra feature. And you can also wire up your satellites with the added inputs or outputs there. And again, it's spoken of here in the text. Um, carries its own power, 200 watts, and off and on. It's PDR8 version 3. I'll put the specs in the ad, but it's a great unit. And as I said, I'm selling it with some other stuff, so if it's available, great. If not, I'll make a note of that. Thanks, guys. Now, normally, I would wire these up and do a big demo for you, but I really didn't feel like wiring up 7 speakers. But they're meant. When you come out, you'll see that. I am going to include as well wiring for all of them with the setup. And as well, you'll get the fancy cable that lets you hook up your iDevice, your Android device, or any MP3 or digital music player. Of course, you can run a CD or a record player through the setup. It's really up to you. As well, as part of this video, I'm going to pause now and go through each component, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's do that. And so, guys, here is the part of the surround speaker system. This is the NS6500, and you can find these online listings for them anyway. It's a modern setup. Again, Yamaha, it's sold as a kit. Center channel, 2 bookshelves, and satellites. The satellite grills are fixed, but they sound fine, and I'm happy to demo them when you show up. Nice suspension system in these speakers. Nice polypropylene cones, and a great in the center channel. Dual mid ranges and a center tweeter. Nice. What can I say? Anyway, yeah, this is just part of the other setup, so I'm just taking a minute to showcase them independently. And again, here is the ID tag on the back of the satellite. So, for example, this would be the NSAP6500S, and the center channel would be the D, and so forth and so forth. Anyway, it's a cool setup, and definitely worth having and keeping all together. Thanks, guys. There you have it, guys. A ton of quality. Now, again, if you want to call me up, or not call me, you can call me if you like. If you want to send a message or call me and say, hey, I just want this one piece, that's possible. We can do that, but you'll pay more than if you buy it together. And why not buy it together? How hard is it to find a complete Yamaha setup? I know you can mix and match, but what can I say? I guess the only deviation here is the paradigm, but let's face it. Nobody has a hard time putting Pirellis on their Japanese car. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah. As far as pricing, I don't really play the will you take game. So if you're one of those guys who's like, ooh, will you take, $50 less, $100 less, you know what I mean. Like, just get lost. I don't have time for the guys who are busy dreaming, who haven't done the appropriate moves in their life so they can actually afford a good deal when they see one. Just don't waste my time, man, seriously. But if you're a motivated guy who, he's understand value, you don't want to go down to Best Buy and buy something that's going to be worth half as much the minute you walk out the door. But at the same time, you don't want to go down to Natural Sound Shop and buy a brand new Yamaha setup for $2,000. Know what I mean? So if you're the guy in the middle who's, smart, motivated, knows how to spend his money right, we need to talk. If you're one of those other guys, I don't even want to talk to you. When you send me your offer, I'm going to send you an audio file of crickets. Anyway, guys, awesome stuff. Send me a text, email, or phone call. Thanks.